Alright, back in Imagine, I'm gonna try something very dangerous, and that is, I got these two things from the Tired Spenders just because they're cool and I have not done them before. This is, they're called the Yantras, and they're for really powerful bosses. There's two different kinds of Yantras. The Yantra of Prosperity and the Yantra of Destruction. And because of that, the demons that they invoke, the Destruction invokes Shiva, and Prosperity invokes Vishnu. However, these are not only are these fights really tough, but the Yantras are very rare, period. Primarily because you can't exactly find them in shops, they can't be traded or sold. So basically I've been a little lucky to pull this off, so I can actually do this on camera and show you what a Yantra battle looks like. Unfortunately, because of my equipment set so far, my gear sucks. So I can't exactly do squat in the middle of for the Yantra battle. And since I can't limit break and I have no idea what goes on in Yantra battles, it's pretty dangerous. So what I'm gonna do is stay as a spectator and just look on. I don't know if you've seen this area before. This is Shinjuku. There is no map for this. This is the area typically associated with very powerful enemies. For instance, for one of the plugins, you can actually summon a boss called a field boss for Hecaton Kairos, and if you defeat him, there's small odds that you can actually get his plugin. Other than that, there's very few stuff here, but mostly involving very powerful bosses. Like I think the Lord of the Flies version of Beelzebub is here, as well as Shiva and Vishnu. So, because my equipment sucks, I can't exactly engage in battle, and I suggest for anyone who has no idea, who has these Yantras and has no idea what goes on, it's best to just stay back. It's better to actually have people who know what they're doing to do the killing than you getting killed by Shiva or Vishnu in the battle and not knowing how to actually beat them. So, we are going on the Yantra of Prosperity, which is the one that summons Vishnu. They also summon two other enemies. I think Narasimha and Garuda. However, these fights, one of the things with the Yantras is that these fights are unimaginably long. So, for instance, this one, I didn't record much of what goes on in the fight in its entirety, because progress was incredibly slow, and that's understandable. This means that the boss has a lot of HP to actually go down. So it's not the fault of the players so far. They've done a good job and actually delivered what they promised, but it's the fact that this boss was really tough. And with a lot of health, it takes a lot of time to actually beat. There's some rewards from this is that there is a lot of experience from it, but proportionally I didn't expect a lot. Okay. This I think is where Beelzebub usually appears, but in this case, thanks to the Yantra, we summoned Vishnu. So I'm showing the cutscene where he appears. Since I can't necessarily do anything, it's not exactly very dangerous. Not very dangerous for me to actually wait during this period of time. So the reason they were successful is again because they have really good gear and they can limit break, whereas for the moment I can't. So I am trying to stay as far away as possible while still being able to get experience. And as over there, Garuda is defeated, Narasimha is going to be biting the dust next. And Vishnu is right over there. I'm staying the hell away from him so that I do not get caught in crossfire. But again, the experience I didn't expect. I was expecting a lot because this looked like a game, and this would have much more fun and a lot more power than some of the other bosses I've ever seen. Unfortunately, no. It gave me it gave me much more than I would expect, but it didn't. But not to my complete expectations, in which I thought the whole bar was going to fill up. It didn't, but it's much more experience than you get from the Ichigai Kings, or the Four Kings battle. As for whether or not Shiva or Vishnu are going to appear as unlockable demons or different players, I'm not sure. The data for them exists, as obviously they show up here, but I think they're going to be working on some stuff to actually be able to fuse them. The thing that I would have my concerns with is, for one thing, they would probably round Shiva and Vishnu because in Nocturne they were among the most powerful demons in the game, but they had to just give them weaknesses and stuff like that. For instance, in Persona 3, to make sure they were balanced. As for level, they're probably going to be at the very high end, and that means no new skills are going to be learned unless you're Trifusion. Since I leveled up recently, if you haven't noticed already, I'm at level 89, so I was able to level up and put all my stats in the left. One of the users that is assisting in the fight is actually one of the avid followers of my walkthrough, or my diary, so he's really appreciative that I recorded him, or recorded his progress. So, can't wait for him to see this on YouTube. Now, Vishnu's defeated. Some of the prize boxes, I think one is crystal, Vishnu's crystal, but the other one I got was diamonds, and I was seeing if I can get some limit break gloves. This is a lot more diamonds I would expect, and because this was a long fight, I didn't sponsor another one. So that just about does it for this. So I'm gonna head back to Babel and set up shop, and